It's match day 13, a number that is unlucky for some, but it's a number that needs to be very lucky when it comes down to complexity and INTZ. Both teams still in with a chance to make it through to our World and Grand Finals. Question is, can they get it done? It's been an up and down season here. There's plenty more action to come. We've got 4 games coming your way. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Of which now stagnate within the site called Zera with a highway robbery. A third. Beautiful shots from Cold Zera.
1v3, we'll grab the first one.
But there's definitely an opportunity here for him to separate them, and there was the opportunity. Doesn't manage to capitalize, but he'll find Rush anyway. He may only be on 9 HP, but he's looking for the peak, and he finds the kill as well. Confirming him there doesn't actually solve the problem. Someone's got to push in. They need to crack this open, which they will, until Fallen denies anything further. There you have it, folks. Gonna be caught with his pants down. Wardell trying to do all the work with this glass cannon AWP over towards Ivy. It may go into their hands, but that's if they can actually kill him. Shutting them down at the moment, and he will find himself the triple.
We're back and we're ready for today's games. Pimp joining me as always. But before we get into that, we got to remind you that our lovely teams and players here at the ESL Pro League are playing on Intel. They're playing on the i7s there where you can game, stream and record without compromise, and that's the way we like it. Question
no
is,
compromises.
Yeah, exactly. No compromises. And it's a situation that a lot of these teams are in at the moment because they have now made life a little bit harder for themselves. Complexity with this slower start. We'll see them later on today. They've had a bit of a rough up and down season, especially off the back of coming to the major. And then we've got INTZ. Now, they're going to be battling against each other. Both of them are the ones here that can actually make it through. But our opening game of EnVy versus Luminosity, that is the relegation match. And who would have thought it?
All about relegation. I mean, I think everyone would have thought that EnVyUs would be in this position, to be quite honest. A lineup that we have the past 2 days not talked so well about, and I think it's justified. I mean, obviously they won 3 games out of the 2 days they played, out of the 4. So in that regard, kudos. But it came of a cheap notice going up against Cloud9 with ping issues, and yesterday was not pretty either against United. So a team that we don't have high expectations for. Whereas for Luminosity, I think that's a little bit of a disappointment for this season. I think we all thought they would do better, and we all thought that Steve would be able to gather around this team and make them perform just slightly better than we've seen so far. So a little bit disappointed in them, but you know what? It's still up for grabs, and they can still avoid the relegation if they have a good day today.
Well, let's take a closer look at all the standings that we have here for the North American Pro League and exactly where we're at. Renegades, they've made it through. They're our 3rd team from this region to qualify, joining MIBR and Ghost. But the rest of them, the fate is not fully sealed just yet. Obviously, this kind of, it's more so that, like, Team Liquid NRG, they're most likely going to qualify, but it's the seeding that comes into it.
Exactly, and we don't know for sure whatever Liquid or Energy is going to make it, but a lot would go wrong if those two is not going to be at the Odense Pro League Finals. So what we have right now is a place for the 6th spot where United, INTZ, Complexity and Cloud9, 4 teams and potentially even Rogue, 4 teams battling for the spot of going to the Pro League Finals. So still very, very much to play for here at the Pro League, and we still have 2 more game days as well after this one. So yet to come still.
So much action to come, and today's games, like we've been talking about, is going to be starting off with EnVy going up against Luminosity. And EnVy, that like you were saying, Pimp, they got away with that one against Cloud9, but other than that, they've not really had a great time here in Pro League. They'll be fighting off against Luminosity for this basically potential who's going to be relegated now. So it's an exciting opener, but it's also an opener which is going to be very hard to predict because you never really know what you're going to get from either team.
No, and I think that's the biggest problem because I mean, you know what you're going to get from EnVyUs. That's a team that is, and I hate myself for saying this, but they're not playing beautiful Counter-Strike. They're not a well-functioning team right now. They even changed the player 2 days ago. Obviously, they won 3 out of 4 games here the past 2 days, but again, it come off a cheap notice against Cloud9, who had the ping issues. So we know we're not going to get the best of EnVyUs yet, whereas for Luminosity, that's the big question mark. We know the potential within the team. We know that Henny, Lucas, the 2 brothers, can be world-star players. We know that Steel is a guy who's been around forever, used to play for Team Liquid, and was one of the best players, you know, within the Brazilian scene. So we know the potential. We just don't know how far they can make it, and if it's still like a little bit too early for them to actually realize some of that potential.
Well, we've got something to look at just a little bit closer here before we get into our actual games. We're going to look at the pay safeguard top plays from last week.
1v3, so much to do. And Smoke gonna start to fade. Simple does manage the first. Oh, and the second as well. Maybe a little bit more could come of this now. As Cadian down the ramp, Simple's gonna find everything. He gets 3 kills, and there might be just enough time left to get the defuse. There is Simple. Oh, here he is. Oh no, let Crow. Only 7 seconds left. Surely doesn't get back into this round now. 2 bodies yet to find. Oh, he might do it. 2 seconds, he's got the read. And let Crow with 1 second left. My goodness, look at him go.
On the shot, and that just might be it. Zyndex, he's so good at clutch, but surely this one is too far gone. Spraying on the smoke. He's sticking the defuse. Does Flamey realise he does? He's shooting into the wall. Flamey, you have your back turned. And he's going to pull out the knife, but it's too little and too late. Device is sitting on it as well, just to make it even more difficult. Magisk finding a frag, he gets overwhelmed. Device tapping away, and he's the last man in the pit, but he's doing it all alone. Device!
Huge range advantage with this USP. He's going to find the opener as well. Steel will be going down. Looks like he's even going to get the second as well. Great start from Nekis at least. And actually, he's just looking to do it all alone. He just had 4 kills. 5, never mind. You said you wanted a step up of EnVyUs. There's 1.
Vodafone presents the pre-match.
It is that Vodafone pre-match time, and really, we're starting with train between these two teams.
Great.
And it does give me a bit of a question mark as how they've allowed this or how they've chosen into this between both of them. Envy, they've only had 3 games on it. Obviously, new team, there's not too much to look at from it, but all losses either way. We saw them play recently on it as well. It wasn't a pretty sight against D United. And then we come on to Luminosity, who have lost their last 5 games on it. So, Pimp, what are we really expecting here from these two? Because last time we watched Luminosity, we were confident that, okay, look, they're getting better, but still they're in a position where they're potentially being relegated.
Let's cut to the chase. I think we're not going to expect a beautiful game of Counter-Strike, but I think we can expect a fist fight. I think we can expect some fun Counter-Strike, some entertaining Counter-Strike. I think it's going to be back and forth. I think we have with 2 teams here that is currently not playing the best version of Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
EnVyUs, we saw them, as you said, against United. They had big problems, you know, fighting against the pistols, against the anti-eco rounds. They didn't really have any cohesion together as a team on that map. Whereas for Luminosity, you said it yourself, they lost the 5 past games on train. So neither of these teams are super confident going into this one, but often, you know, when you have 2 teams who are sort of like challenged on the way they play and sort of like challenged on the confidence in the moment, you often get good, entertaining and close games, and that is what we want here. We want to be entertained. We want to see some maybe not beautiful Counter-Strike, but it's going to be fun and it's going to be a fist fight.
Now, we just talk about stats ever so often, but really stats can't tell you anything between these 2 teams because it is so up and down. Ultimately, though, if you're looking at it on paper, you would still give the edge to Luminosity, right? Just because of where this Envy roster is. But I just never expected, this is why I'm so baffled, I never expected Luminosity to be one of the teams that are facing relegation this early on, because just look at the players on that lineup.
I definitely agree. When you look towards the lineup, you have a guy like Henny, who at one point were considered by many to potentially be the next big star with the AVP, you know, maybe even challenging Fallen for a spot in MIBR. Obviously, that didn't happen, and there's a lot of stories going into why that didn't happen and why he maybe has taken a downfall. But when you look at the talent on the team, Henny, Lucas, Steel, even some of the other guys, Nekis as well, like they're good players, they're solid players, they have the fundamentals right, and then they know how to play Counter-Strike. Whereas if you look towards EnVyUs, you have the star player Nifty, you have JDM who used to be good, and the rest of the guys are quite average, if I gotta be honest with you. So when you look towards the 2 teams and you hold them up against each other, right, potential on Luminosity side, whereas for EnVyUs, there's I would say there's a limit of how good they can be with this lineup, and that's why I constantly, you know, tell you and tell the world that it's probably not going to be the EnVyUs we're going to see next season. Something needs to happen with this lineup. Something needs to be figured out. Whereas for Luminosity, I do believe if they can get the ball rolling, if they can utilize the players correctly and actually get them fired up, there's potential for this 5-man roster to actually do some good stuff. Do this arrive for the next season in Pro League?
And that was one of my points, actually, looking at this, was more that if any team I would expect to have a better situation of being relegated would be Envy, because it seems like they need a little bit more of that kind of booster,
They need to be relegated.
right?
They need to get down there, right?
Because it's like, go up against the MDL teams, get your grind back on, get used to the game, start feeling it again. Because at the moment, we haven't seen even like the star players, right? We see glimpses of it, but not to the caliber we expect. Where at least for Luminosity, I still see that raw skill. I still see the ability there. They just don't seem to have it tactically down just yet, which is surprising given when we speak about Steel, right? And Zach being the coach still.
Yeah, I mean, it is quite a fun prospect, Luminosity. I do believe that there's potential. I do believe that if they can get the ball rolling and if they, Steel for that matter, can find a way to utilize Lucas and Henny to the absolute maximum, well, those two players are better than half the NA Pro League together. So in that regard, they are. They're super skilled. Super skilled, and they wouldn't fit in MDL. They're too good to play in the MDL.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you look towards EnVyUs, Nifty, JDM, you would say they're too good to play in the MDL too. But when you look to the rest of the team, again, not to be disrespectful to any of the guys, but it's just not players who've shown a high level of Counter-Strike before.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look towards a Henny, you look towards a Lucas, those are major champions or players who've been in major finals before.
Well, we've seen a little bit of shining hope from EnVy, right? They've started to get more rounds on the board. They're starting to try and obviously change things up. Semphus going out of the roster very early on here. The man on your screen just then, he is the new player coming in. And the thing is, okay, at least it's an improvement. But I still don't see anything from EnVy where I go, oh yeah, this has definitely got still potential. We spoke about it a bit yesterday. There's still further changes we need to see from this roster, isn't it? If it doesn't start to at least produce some sort of results very soon.
I definitely agree, and it may be a little bit unfair to say, because as you said, they just brought in a new guy, and normally when you make a change, you would give him a chance to prove that he can be the difference maker, that he can maybe get the ship turned around for a team like EnVyUs. And again, looking by the results, they have 3 out of 4 maps won in the past games. So in that regard, they're doing fine. But as you said, I do feel that it's a team that there's just too many needs on the team. You know, role-wise, you have Nifty and you have JDM, 2 high-capable AVP players, but they're not going to function in that role together. So you see Nifty rifling more, and he's doing good, right? But is that good enough for a team like EnVyUs? I'm not too sure about it. Otherwise, you look towards, the Luminosity roster. You even have talked about Yell, a player that we praised last season for being one of the best on Luminosity. So I think there's a great chance that we can see Luminosity get the ball rolling today, avoid relegation, and get into next season of Pro League and actually do fine.
Yeah, and I think this is where the Brazilians, they start to shine to the best, right? When the pressure's on, this is when these guys deliver, because they know it is not acceptable for them to be relegated this early on. They know that this is a do-or-die situation that cannot go against them.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of a shame they put themselves in such a situation,
Yeah.
right? Because as you said, it's a surprise that they're down here. I would prior to this season say that Luminosity would be one of the outsiders to make a top 6. I would even predict them in top 6. Yeah, when you look towards the team right now fighting for it, Rogue, E-United, Complexity, Cloud9 obviously in there, but like 3 of those teams is teams that I would consider being worse off than Luminosity just by looking at the names on the team sheets. So in that regard, hasn't been a great season for them. But then again, they had, I think, 3 good seasons in a row in Pro League, so it's okay to have one of those where everything is not clicking. They have some changes in lineup as well. So if they can avoid relegation, come back into next season, I'm 100% sure that we'll see these Brazilians shine once again.
And that's the thing, right? We look at this Brazilian lineup. It should have been one that started off really strong in this season. But one of the key things we pointed out before was just their tactical depth wasn't there. Their map pool certainly hasn't improved. And if anything, it's like a little bit of a power struggle over Steel trying to play his tactical game and the 2 twins going with a very aggressive style. But the thing is, they've been used to this, right? They've been playing with each other for so long. This should already been ironed out.
It should have been ironed out, and I think it comes down to the fact that they need a little bit of confidence. You have to remember that both Lucas and Henny were out of the game for quite some time. They didn't play actively in any team, so you lose some of that edge when you go out and you take a break. I know it for myself, like you come back, you maybe do practice a little bit on deathmatch and all that kind of stuff, but playing in an environment where it's competitive, where you're playing against players who's paid to play the game and who's paid to live and breathe the game, there's a difference. It's still like small percentage they still need, but we know how good they can be. So if they find that groove again, if they find that rhythm again, and if they get the confidence again, I have no doubt that this is a team that's going to make results, and it's a team that's going to make havoc next season.
Well, Hugo and Harry are back with us now, and you guys, you survived your deathly experiences yesterday, looking much better, lads.
Thank you. Yeah. Got shot in the face, but we made it through all 9 hours of those overtimes, and happy to be back. Final day of the week.
Was it only 9 hours?
I don't know. I'm devastated. I shot him in the face and he's still here. So,
You're just trying to get a replacement, weren't you?
Yeah. I tried super hard. I tried to get my boy Tom in here, but sadly it just didn't happen.
He's better, right? So.
But anyway, it's good. You're my silver medal, Hugo.
This is good.
Yeah.
All right, so this game, boys. Harry, you were the prediction king yesterday somehow. You managed to get away with it, though you did have a costly mistake on the second map.
Yeah.
You still believing in EnVy like you were yesterday, or are you
Definitely.
still...
This is an NB 1-1.
I'll take this bet.
This is a split series right here waiting to happen.
Harry, you want a rematch?
Yeah, do you really want to go?
Rematch? I'll take a rematch.
Tennis or bowling?
Yeah, man. I'll, you know what? I don't know if no, actually, no, I don't. You've wrecked me once already, man. Pip, I don't know. You're too
had
too
one-
smart. Too
you had
calculated.
one little
Figure me out,
head.
right?
Yeah,
Can't
no,
figure me out.
you're the real MVP, Pimp. You're the winner here.
I know.
I'm going to bow down to you already, God Pimp.
Thank you.
I'm still going to say 1-1 though in this series.
Yeah, you're wrong.
So Harry believes 1-1. Hugo, maybe you can give us your thoughts as we start to get into this. It's going to be train first, and both teams have not had the best start on it, but let's see if they can turn things around now.
I'm jumping on the Luminosity hype train, Harry, but I do want to see this first map before I predicted 2-0. I don't really know how this team has been playing this season. It's not been too strong. But Envy, they've had a slow start, Harry, but it is a marathon at the end of the day, not a race. They've come into the end of this season of Pro League with their last few games having some pretty decent success, all things considered. So I definitely don't want to assume this team doesn't have it in them to take a victory. Also with the addition of Poyo as well, that will be fun to see. We saw him on the server yesterday, not Elay, the coach. But let's see if they can put it together, Harry, and bring us a pretty good match on train here against Luminosity. Definitely a famed lineup with some real firepower, but can they put it all together, Harry? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, only time will tell, Hugo. I know that you're probably thinking that this is a fascinating game ahead of us.
Yeah.
That would be probably the words I would use to describe it as well. Team Envy, you know, obviously they've only just started to find their footing. It's taken a long time for them to pick up the pace. But, you know, they finally are, and that's why I'm thinking we might see the 1-1 here.
So you think Envy picking up this map or second map?
See, like Envy, I thought were going to be a good train team just based on the AWPers and so on.
Yeah.
But they didn't demonstrate that to me when we watched them play versus E United on this map just the other day. So I think Luminosity pick up train.
Ooh, let's jump into this one. They certainly are favoured over on the Betway odds, so maybe a bit of information there to work off of. Let's go into the pistol round now, though. Envy pretty under-equipped in terms of utility. Just Cutler on those nades, but it is train. You don't need to run that many nades. Steel, he's gone for the kit, but Smoker's already been removed in Luminosity. They've gotten a lot of information. They've pushed all the way down Ivy. They've taken that T-spawn control, and it's going to allow them to set up with a triple B play. If Envy walk into this, they are going to be really, really screwed, but on the vice versa, they can always drop back down through the pop dog. However, that doesn't seem like it will be the call to make.
Yeah, instead they're going to go barreling in toward this B-bomb site. Steel able to open things up, an advantage game, but the trade's coming in. And actually, Neck is going to go ahead and emerge from his hidey hole. Taps down absolutely everyone inside of this B-bomb site, rather. Alphabet, not my strong point. It is just JDM left up. And, you know, Hugo, while I might not be able to read, I certainly can take a look at that kill feed and let you know he died. So, brilliant. Off to a good start. Luminosity here. Going to move 1-0 up early on. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, Harry. You know I'm feeling great. Just getting my mic fixed. But, yeah, obviously, triple B setup, you're kind of expecting them to pick up that round, so no huge surprise. That's just a bit of a risk play going early Ivy, but on pistols, you know, why not? Throwing those fun risks. Throwing a bit of aggression gains a whole lot more benefit for Luminosity. And now Envy, they've got nothing but Glocks in this second round. And already Poyo's been dispatched up in T-Con. Luminosity getting aggressive in this second anti-eco, or first anti-eco, I guess, second round. He also even pushed up on B as well, so a lot of info here for Luminosity. Knowing these halls are completely clear allows them to rotate Lucas off of this B-bomb site, try and increase the amount of players over on A. We can have Envy back off and go into B once again, but even if they do, with only Glocks, you can't imagine they're going to get too much done. It'd be difficult enough to even overwhelm Yell in this position. He has so many nades. Add on to the fact that he's up in heaven as well. That's why it's so good, because if Envy try and push him, he has range to fight against him with the UMP. If they go down ramp, he can just shoot from above. So Yell's in a really good spot to get something done, but he gives up the position. He throws in the Molotov, doesn't want to give Envy a chance back into this round. And so he just calls for that rotate. Playing things safe, not taking any risks. In the meantime, with that aggression spotted down on B, they've even pushed up on that A-bomb site. Henny taking T-Con control once again. Luminosity, they just await this Glock train on the B-bomb site.
Yeah, this should be a nice, easy, clean-up round. But let's see. This is really where there's some time for Luminosity to try and make some money and deny as much as they can in the way of Team Envy, and indeed they do. Hugo, what's an interesting thing on the side of Team Envy that while we won't see in the Odense finals,
yeah,
you will see in the city of Odense? Drones.
Drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, that took me a second.
It was
Thanks
quite.
you didn't even give me 3 seconds to come up with that answer.
It was quite a botched way of asking.
Yeah,
that was
horrible
why
question.
I tried to come in so quickly. But yes,
We do love a drone over here on the Pro
we
League.
do. We love a drone. We love a robot. We've got androids. We've got drones. We've got it all, Hugo. In the city of
Odense.
yeah.
Odense.
Thank you. You really
Odense,
bailed me
something
out.
like that.
I just go with the narration guy.
Odense.
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 That's how he says it. I love that, man. The city of Odense.
P safeguard. I love all the sponsors.
Yeah, I do love that fella's voice.
Not as
I'm
much
very
as,
jealous.
Yeah. Well, into this buy round now. EnVy are fully equipped with rifles, and Luminosity getting aggressive with a couple of SMGs as well. Yell, he's pushed up. This could be dangerous. There's 2 on the other side, but 2 CTs here. Yell needs no help. He's taken 1. Drone going to be spotted, but he's going to have to fly high if he wants to get this trade. And Luminosity, frankly, they've given up with it. They've fallen back. In the meantime, Nekis could even flank this pop dog, and that would create further problems. But luckily enough, Cutler's found an opener up on that A bomb site. If Drone can get into the pop dog, they can go for this A split. That bomb is already out through T-Con. And Luminosity, they better call for some reinforcements.
Yell. He's dropped the bomb. Now there's only 35 seconds left. Things are going to go from bad to worse here for Team EnVy. Just Drone and JDM. And Drone going to start to get surrounded now. JDM left up in a pretty awkward spot if he wants to try and bail his team out. And he has been able to find Yell playing around on the ladder. Oh, Drone's going to manage another, so now there's a chance into this round for Team EnVy. JDM, he has to spot up the man in Ivy, and he's only got 8 seconds left on this clock. The bomb has to go down, but instead he takes the fight. And there's no time to get the bomb down. That's it. It's all said and done. Luminosity, Hugo going to go 3-0 up.
That nade from Lucas almost even killed JDM there after the time. That would have been horrible. And that's Luminosity having not only the early pop dog control taken by Nekis, but also the double push up on B. It had so much pressure on the EnVy setup there because they wanted to split A that the second they even commit to B or A, there's going to be a flank through pop dog or ramp. And that's what we saw. We saw Nekis push up the second that Drone actually got that kill. Able to flank, able to take that A-bomb site, and Luminosity win via the time. So 3-0, EnVy with a saved gun and just pistols around it. It should be a nice clean one, you would assume, and Steel's even gone aggressive to try and take down the first man. Oh, what a shot. Cutler's been so good on the Deagle this week, Harry, hasn't he? Think back to Mirage, just the other day versus Cloud9. He had a lot of big old Deags there.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's looked pretty good here. He's been pretty keen with the old Deagle, and that's been good because we have someone to step up alongside your Nifties and your JDMs in this team. Haven't exactly seen the most from Poyo just yet since joining just the other day. But I am already, noting that maybe he's slotting into this team a bit better than Semphis did. It did feel like, there were too many AWPers. We need some more rifles in here.
Too many AWPs, too many AWPs. I'm liking the dancing. For reference, Harry is popping some moves right now.
I actually am. If there's one thing, Hugo, I can do, it is pop a move or two. That rhymed. That was unexpected.
Ooh.
But let's see, because rhyme time officially comes to an end. They said it's prime time. It's rushing towards the B bomb site. It's actually going to be Lucas picking up the majority of the kills, and the bomb gets dropped out in the open. Nifty's left in it. Ooh, 1v3 does manage the first, but sadly, Henny going to go ahead and grant him the exit from this mortal plane.
It's train, mate, not plane. 4-0 here for Luminosity. And we've got the AWP up for JDM nice and early into this game. But Harry, if there's any team that likes a couple of AWP boys, it is going to be Luminosity. They've got 2 coming in big. Yell and Henny going to be taking that. We've even got a bit of aggression from Lucas down on B. He's pushed all the way up, actually taking the kill to Nifty early on as well. So Luminosity, no fear against EnVy in this game to start off. They've been absolutely fine with pushing up. And that was a solo push as well. No teammate to trade. Yell's even found a pickup towards main. That's the AWP being dropped over. 5-on-3 here. Luminosity already starting to run away with this matchup, considering this buy is going to put EnVy on pistols if they can't find a bomb plant around it.
It's just Poyo, Drone, and Cutler left on up. And they've got a tall order ahead of them because there is a whole squad of Brazilian boys out to get them. Stacking up outside of this B bomb site, Hugo, but B stands for Brazil in this case. There's two players here looking to try and lock down this bomb site in the form of Henny and Lucas, that brother duo. These brother duos always a big fan of watching them. Here comes the push on in. Actually, Lucas going to get bested. Henny is here, though, to try and pick up the pieces, and he does manage that first frag down onto Drone. Steel's wrapped around in the meantime, and now it is just going to be Cutler left up. You mentioned how he's been looking good thus far for EnVy, Hugo. He's now got to look better than ever if he wants to make this 1v3 a reality.
He has a Molotov for the bomb as well. If he can get back up this ramp, and they have no smoke to get rid of his Molotov, this could be very good for Cutler, and he's doing a lot of damage, but not converting any of the kills, and time will be the biggest problem. Henny takes him down. Luminosity 5-0, keeping this up. And with plenty of players surviving as well. It's double AWP proving already to be a bit of a problem here for EnVy. And they haven't yet had a response. Only JDM on the AWP once, and he got picked off early by Yell up towards T-Con. So for now, he's going to have that AWP back. Cutler's going to be able to drop it over, and JDM will just give him a rifle. So still fully equipped into this round are EnVy with that bomb plant as mentioned, but without it, it's going to be an eco for them in the follow-up round. EnVy setting up early on the Ivy, but look how many Luminosity players are lurking around this part of the map. 3 men ready and waiting. Between those 3 men, plenty of utility to keep EnVy back. They're going to have a troublesome time trying to get up to this A-bomb site. And he forced off of Heaven as well. He'll fall back down towards a B site. Call in for Lucas. That seems to be the default here for Luminosity on the CT side. Just make Henny play for information on B upper. And if he spots anyone else, then Lucas can be called in for help. Flash going through. Trying to peek with it, but Team EnVy aren't biting for the time being. They're waiting for JDM to try and get a pick, and he's going to rotate back in through the spawn as well. Group up with these players outside of B and go for the attack.
Oh, Nifty and Henny about to clash heads, but for the time being, still yet to meet one another. Nifty does have this smoke that can look to go down. You can see him get him ready to throw it. Ooh. It's going to go ahead and pop. So Henny playing the anti-flash right now. Nifty will go pushing on in and is going to go ahead and tag up Lucas from here. He could even just get wallbanged from the guys rushing down through the ramp. Somehow he's still going to get one. Lucas, that's a fantastic job to even manage that. He is completely overwhelmed, completely surrounded. The rest of the frags coming in the way of Nifty, and Henny somehow misses that shot. Looked like it was right on him, but the second time around, Nifty is not so lucky. Still, it's Henny and Neckers left up in a 2v3. And they're already starting to look a little bit dubious as to whether or not they want to continue with this retake. Gonna stick around right now, but Poyo, he's made quick work of both of them. And that will be EnVy picking up their first round on the board. Now, if you're wondering, by the way, why the observing there looked so much better than normal, that's because we have our boy Tom Eric, I believe.
I was going to say, it's actually been really good so far. Like, has he ever observed?
He's done it with Rush before.
Okay, but I thought he was doing secondary observing.
Yeah, never main observer.
Yeah.
So Tom Eric, by the way, fantastic man.
He's actually casting the second map of this series as well, if you're wondering. While observing.
He's normally a producer here at ESL, but look at him go. He's showing us his fly-throughs. He's catching the frags. He's looking fantastic. And here we go. Once again, this round going to kickstart. Cutler's able to open things up. We're into a 4-on-4, and they happen to retrieve that one AK over on Neckers.
Yeah, well, you say he's able to open up, but not in a good way for EnVy. Giving a gun over to a Luminosity player on a round where they have not bought is pretty bad for EnVy. It might not be a problem considering there's no armor behind any of this CT side, but EnVy first have to retake main, and they'll sneak their way in. Gain back that control. Luminosity. I like how I love how Luminosity play pistol rounds. In rounds like this, they love stacks, they love grouping up. They have no fear of just giving up a bomb site and trying to play for the random risk that a team runs in, but in fact it's the opposite side of the map where EnVy will overrun. Over on 8. Deep Molotovs, deep smokes. Luminosity starting to realize the error of their ways. Neckers may choose to save this AK into this round if no one finds a kill. And just like that, the bodyguards are in. Luminosity just trying to defend Neckers here.
Hugo, have you ever had a bodyguard?
We don't talk about it, Harry.
Yeah? We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about it.
You were in the...
What was I in?
Witness Protection Program.
We don't talk about it, Harry.
Yeah, sorry. This is going to be the round going the way of EnVy. Second lockdown in. Ooh, getting us back just in time to witness that explosion. But we get to see the buy coming back in now for Luminosity. A 5th on there. Oh, sorry. A 2nd up for EnVy is what I meant to say. But the AWP going to be bought out between Henny and Yell. And this is one of my big reasons for saying Luminosity can take trade. I always love watching them on this map. You have 2 very, very competent AWPers in Henny and Yell. 2 fantastic AWPers. Yell always used to be the standout player for me in this team. And then obviously we had the twins move in. And now you have another competent AWPer in Henny. So they are a real double threat on a map like Train. Another map that I haven't seen them play on all too much, but I imagine they're pretty comfortable and will be Dust for similar reasons. But, yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Is this round live? That is the overwhelming question. We have players running away from the site. No, it is not live. We have confirmation. So we'll just be restarting this round in a moment. No worry from that. No real damage done into this one, so everyone's going to be fine with that. Harry, you love a bit of Counter-Strike.
I most certainly do.
What's your favorite game of the 2 we have today? We've got Luminosity EnVy coming up first, of course. After that, Complexity and a bit more Brazilian boys and INTZ. What are you looking forward to the most?
Oh, definitely this game.
Yeah?
Hands down. Watching Complexity games make me a bit sad.
Yeah?
Just because they haven't lived up to the hype that they set after the major, Hugo.
That is true.
Whereas this game now, you have Team EnVy, a team that is trying to dodge regulation, Luminosity, everyone's favorite bunch of Brazilian boys, maybe 2nd favorite.
Maybe 3rd.
Yeah, you can play some however you want. I'm not one to judge. I just know that I like these guys. So, yeah, I mean, for me, this game, Hugo, what about you?
Yeah, I like this game. I like a bit of I just really like Luminosity. They're a really fun team to watch. INTZ impressed me a little bit yesterday.
Give me like a fun bit of information that maybe I wouldn't know if you hadn't given it to me just now.
About what?
Anything. Go.
Anything.
You're on stage, mate. The spotlight's on you.
You got to give me a topic or something. That's so vague.
The whole world is your topic. You can do whatever you want.
On Chrome, if there's a bar at the top, you can type in your search or your URL into it, and you don't have to type google.com, then go to Google, then type the words into Google.
I will tell you the reasons why I do that after this, but right now, Hugo, the wall of smokes is in.
We don't care.
And Team EnVy, they've been slowed right down. Their Luminosity doing a great job of countering this with some smokes, with some Molotovs of their own. So they've opted to play things safe. And just like someone who does put Google into the search bar, it's a little bit slower, but it's safer.
What a kill from Henny, though. I've got to say, he's pre-aiming on that tiny pixel gap. The flash comes in. He knows exactly what EnVy are going to do. He moves his crosshair a little bit to the right to pre-aim the peak, and he doesn't even hide when he gets blind. He just holds the angle, blind shot, gets the kill. So completely aware of what EnVy are trying to play there, and Just shows the level of Counter-Strike we should be expecting here from this team. Already a man advantage, already a push-up from Steel, and JDM setting up utility, but he will not be long for this world. Free kill from Steel, might be able to cut off this Cutler position as well, but he's just going to run into the A bomb site, into the hands of Yell, and they are getting picked apart, Harry. Cutler's already been spotted. They know he's in T-Con, or they should at least. And Henny certainly does. Nice clean round from Luminosity. Good aggression down on the A-bomb site. And good shot from Henny down on B-ramp as well.
Well, pause called on in. We're going to have a little bit of time, Hugo, to, you know, explore our options.
What's your favorite way to spend free time, Harry?
Playing Counter-Strike. That's not even a question.
We've been doing all that all day.
We actually have been doing it all day.
Yeah.
If you're wondering who's better out of us and the EU observers, it's us.
Yeah. Clear, proven with the best of 3 wingman 2v2.
And if you're wondering who's better out of me and you and Chad and Trace, it's us.
Yeah. Not
So
proven by
currently,
best of 3.
currently undefeated in best of 3s right now.
Sure. They're not listening, so I'll say that. And if you wonder who's better out of me and Harry, none. We're an equal duo.
Yeah.
We're partners in crime.
Yeah, there we go. That was very nice. You could have just slammed me, but you didn't. And that's what friendship is all about. Today, on the day after Halloween, it is tradition to tell your friends that you care about them. So make sure you've all done that. Quick issue with the coach slot there, but we're all good. We're all back into this, Hugo, and we are ready and raring to go. Team Envy, they have the AWP. No, they don't. That's on Henny, and I can assure you he does not play for Team Envy. These roster shuffles really are getting out of hand.
And there's 2 Lucases, Harry. And he's gone aggressive as well. He's up in B upper. Oh, not going to be ready for that lower peak. JDM, too fast, too smooth. Into that B bomb site. Envy, they are just going to rush it through. Lucas not being able to rotate in time. Henny not ready for that one. Lucas does have a good spot to try and catch out Cutler, who is unaware for the time being, and has picked up that AWP. He only had a deagle in this round. The ramp smoke going down, that should connect pretty well, and Lucas, good utility usage, will cut off JDM down behind this smoke. The bomb plant got to come in. Poyo's doing damage on A in the meantime, and JDM is even catching these rotations.
Yeah, in the blink of an eye, it's only Yell and Neck is left up. Neck is going to be able to wards oil, but he's been annihilated by Cutler on that AWP. Yell does reply onto 1, but he still has so much to do, and time ticking down. Yell's just going to back away and look to try and hold on to this AWP. The rest of the team can buy up in the following rounds, but Envy going to be picking up a 3rd, and this now gives us time to slot in. One fun fact, we're going to do one every couple of minutes. Banging your head against the wall for 1 hour burns 150 calories, Hugo. So that's how I've been trying to get in shape.
Breaks your brain cells, though. That explains a lot, Harry. You're very skinny, but also very stupid.
I mean, I'm also not that skinny at all. So I'm getting there, thanks to gradually degrading my mental ability. And also now I have a really smushed face, like a pug.
That's how you had those scars yesterday, right?
Yeah, that was it. We'll throw in one more just quickly. In Switzerland, it's illegal to own only 1 guinea pig because guinea pigs are social animals, so it's cruelty if you only have 1.
It's cruelty. Is that royalty but cruel?
It's cruel. I don't know how to say it.
You said cruelty.
Yeah, how do you say
cruelty?
Cruelty.
Cruelty.
I've always said that word wrong, and I've only just learned how to say it for real.
Well, that's what we do here on the Pro League, Harry. We teach people stuff. They learn. They watch some Counter-Strike. It's the best of both worlds. Everyone loves a bit of education. And Neckers, he loves the T-Con push. He's been doing this all game and is so ready for drone. There's no refrag today. Yell's already posted on the angle. Cutler goes in to try and kill Neckers, and he walks into his death. Little does he know it. It's these double dynamic setups here from Luminosity that have been catching out Envy time after time. And JDM, that is never going to work, buddy. He walks through a smoke to 2 CTs, leaving 2 men left up for Envy. Desperation calls, and now it is only Nifty to answer the phone.
Yeah, and he might just let this one go through to answer machine, Hugo. Indeed he has. He's already checked out. He's gone. And 5 alive. It's a team ace for Luminosity. Everyone pulling in. And a chip. Pulling their weight and chipping in. Got that muddled up.
Yeah.
Till that headbanging.
Pulling their chip and waiting in.
Yeah. Oh no. Well, here we go. Just the PT50 bought up in this round. Hugo, JDM with it. And while, you know, Team EnVy usually are a ragtag bunch of gamers, today they should just be getting shut down in this round.
I mean, like most of the game, Harry, this has been a pretty dominant affair. We've barely seen EnVy get on this T side yet. It is early at the end of the day. 5 rounds, 6 rounds T side, perfectly okay. But it won't happen in this one. Gonna need a couple more gun rounds coming in from EnVy, and that will be in the following. Luminosity been doing a good job of resetting, breaking this economy every time that EnVy seem to have got on this T side. Bomb plants have been denied the vast majority of the time on top of that to make matters just that little bit worse here for EnVy. Into this round, EnVy. Nice and slow, Harry. Everyone's favourite way that we play Glock rounds, obviously. Just sit and wait. Burn out utility.
Yeah.
They've done that at least.
Yeah, that's the reasoning for it. You know, you want to try and play this round nicely, so you want to get as much utility as you can out from the Luminosity gaming boys, so they have to rebuy a lot in this next round. You know, even if you don't get a bomb down, you can go ahead and burn out a good couple of thousand in utility. Henny able to open things up, misses the cross, so maybe that bomb can look to go down. Lucas should be here to mop it up, and indeed he is. No bomb plant today for EnVy. And for Luminosity, an 8th round going to be locked on in. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. DJ just came into the room, and now he's leaving. Everyone's favourite observer, Prius. Well, second favourite to Tom Eric. Hugo.
Hello.
Who's your favourite observer?
Tom Eric.
Let's go. Tom Eric, this is it. This is your time to shine. The push coming in towards this A bomb site. We've already seen Yell get this first. Neckers has found 2, but Tom Eric's there. And he's going to go ahead and show us that 3rd. As we see all the kills coming in, he's doing a great job. There's only JDM left. And in a 1v5... he's got a lot to do here, and there should be absolutely no way for him back into this round. JDM left alone, and he might just catch this timing to find Lucas. Indeed he will. Now looking to try and get away with the AWP, but the problem for him is he's rung the dinner bell. You can see Luminosity, like vultures, going to be moving on in to try and pick the remaining play, or the bones rather, from this this walking corpse.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because don't vultures only go for you when you're dead? They just like circle you until you're dead.
Yeah.
So JDM's still alive. So these vultures, they're pretty dangerous, Harry. They're trying to kill him first. This is not very vulture-like.
No, vultures like wait till you're really weak.
I thought they wait till you're dead.
No, well, they're mainly scavengers, right? But if you were like lying in the desert, like about to die, they'd gladly swoop in and finish the job.
That's even worse. That's even more. I don't want to die because I can't fight off a vulture. If I can't fight off a vulture, I don't deserve to live.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, you're also having to fight off like the heat and starvation. It's not just a vulture.
Yeah, but...
and even then, vultures are pretty big, right? I'm going to look up some vulture facts for us. Hugo, I think you're gross... You know what? Next week on Pro League, we're going to fill this room with vultures, and we're going to go ahead and
starve
open
Harry.
the
Turn up the heating here in the Pro League.
I admitted they would probably beat me. You, meanwhile, you're saying...
No, I'm not saying they wouldn't beat me if I was starving and dehydrated and in the desert, but like, how depressing is that you're so weak you can't beat a vulture off?
Oh, pretty big, man. These aren't little birds. This isn't a pigeon.
You're looking up king vultures. Those aren't just any vultures, Harry.
Man, look at them.
They're
They
royal.
got like brains on their noses. What's happening?
That is that's actually called a caruncle, both female and male. Oh, you closed up tab. Okay,
Sorry.
I can't read that. Well,
Stop
JDM's got
telling
his
me about
AWP.
your caruncle.
Yeah, you can see my caruncle any day, Harry. JDM on the AWP here. We got pistols on the rest of EnVy. This is probably where Luminosity are gonna get away pretty cleanly. Most of this half has been that so far. JDM, he's got to go absolutely crazy in this round if he wants to try and put EnVy through it. The more kills he gets, the more guns that are dropped, and the more chances these pistols can overwhelm the rotations. But talking of rotations, there aren't going to be many, Harry. 4 players up on this A bomb site right now. Steel's pretty pushed down Ivy, but that won't come into play considering EnVy are all set up outside of T-Con. As soon as JDM gets a pick or even takes a fight, this EnVy team's going to start rushing forward. But JDM, he really needs to win this, and Yell's forced him off the angle with the flashbang. He's going to go back in. Oh, Yell's so ready for it, but he isn't going to catch the timing. JDM moves out of position. And just like that, here's where the push comes. Henny ready for it in con. Decapitating him. It's Drone's go on the AWP. It's just getting shuffled player to player here in Drone. He isn't waiting around. He's trying to force this kill to the Ivy player. Henny catches another. Steel one-taps Cutler as you do. And just like that, it's Drone alone. Steel's on for the flank, and Drone may have spotted it, but he's still going to be cornered.
I've been educating myself on vultures.
Yeah? How'd that go?
They're pretty wild, man. They are just cold-blooded killers.
Yeah.
But also, they don't do that much killing.
Why not?
They just do normally wait for stuff to die. But they are known to attack if they're hungry enough.
Same.
I think deep down we are all a bit of a vulture inside, aren't
If
we?
I was hungry enough, Harry, I would eat you. Don't think you're safe.
I mean,
That's why ESL always provide catering when I'm here, because if they don't, and I start cannibalizing my co-workers.
Oh.
Double Ivy set up here from Luminosity.
How could you just switch it on back to normal after that?
just doing my
JDM is there to open things up. And now Yell, hiding away. He's not looking to get cannibalized anytime soon. He's just waiting. Oh, he's burning down in that Molotov. He has to go into the smoke, and as a result, he goes right into the wayward spray of young Poyo. Neckers and Henny left on up, 2 on 5, and they've got a lot to do now, and very little to really get it done with, but at least Cutler has given up that 1 kill.
They're going to try and smoke the cross, get out Olaf, but Luminosity, they're running out of players left, right, and center. Neckers gets caught down on Ivy. It's left to Henny. He's been having a great game so far, but this one's surely too much. Picks up that first kill. Flank coming in, he hears it, but there's another man on the site to deal with the problem. Poyo able to close out the round for EnVy, and they will pick up 4 here on the T side. And as said, 5-6 rounds T side, that's decent. So if EnVy can find this last one, things could be doable in that second half, but 4 is going to be difficult considering Luminosity, such an explosive T side team. I would say I like their CT side more because they have a lot of cool setups, a lot of aggression, but T side, yeah, you got some real fraggers on this roster. So EnVy really hoping to get this 5th round of the half, and already, as you can see, Luminosity, they don't want to give it to them.
Yeah, they almost certainly not. They're going to go ahead and try their hand at this aggression once again in through Ivy, but JDM and Poyo, the anti-Ivy crew, are here. Steel's going to go ahead and best the first man, but Poyo answering back. Ooh, toying with Henny right now, but he's going to go chasing it down. He's trying to beat him with the USP, and he's going to find it. What a stylistic gentleman he is. Now backing on in, going to get bested by Drone. They're trying to hype him up, trying to build into this round. It is just Lucas left in a 1v3. And slowly but surely tries to sneak in through the ladder. Nifty's already holding in his sights. And that will be a 5th round at the very end. Going the way of Team EnVy.
Yeah, decent half. 5 rounds going to be enough if they can get that pistol behind it. Of course, Luminosity's still going to be favored pretty heavily. They really came to life in that first half. Shots being hit. And Nifty, he's been the most impressive player on this EnVy roster for me. I'm sure you'd agree, Harry. The amount of impact this guy has had since joining this team has been pretty crazy. And of course, EnVy definitely wouldn't mind having such experienced players on their team, that being the likes of Nifty and JDM especially. And hey, even some experience in the form of Poyo. Maybe not like experience on the big stage, but he's played with Steel, for example, learned a lot from that probably. Now heading into the second half, Harry, I think things are going to get very, very difficult for the likes of EnVy on this CT side.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing they can look forward to at least is they have that option to run the double AWP. That was something I was really counting on this team being very decent at but we haven't actually seen Nifty elect to pick it up all too much. And truth be told, I don't even know if that's that bad a thing, right? He's actually shown to be very, very keen with these rifles, Hugo. And, you know, you think back to his time in Renegades, it was always prioritized to have him on that AWP. And he looked fantastic with it. But if he's able to throw himself into this role where he's the secondary AWP, you know, he's the Chris J of the team in that sense, right? Like, we can see him on the AWP, but also, my God, is he a talented rifler. So, you know, I mean, all in all, I think that is one prospect which, even if this EnVy roster doesn't work out, I think for Nifty as an individual is just fantastic. Because now you look at him, he can IGL, he can AWP, he can rifle. My goodness, he's the jack of all trades. He's the guy.
And not that I want to allude to anything I have no idea about, but it's a bit worrying for EnVy that they've already just like a couple of weeks into having this roster benched one of the 3 players that was the core. I definitely feel like the pressure is going to be on the likes of the other Splice guys, ex-Splice guys, being Drone and Cutler to really perform coming into next season of, well, maybe MTL depending, and the rest of this season of Pro League, because yeah, you are up for the chopping block if you're not performing, if you're going bottom in the season. But this is such a new team, we have to give them the time to work together, and frankly, they're running out of it, Harry. 1 minute on the clock as Luminosity already start to push up through Ivy. Nifty going to be pressured. JDM does find first blood, but it's a trade down on the Pop Dog. Nifty overwhelmed, but Poyo's going to come and bail him out with 2 kills on this USP. Luminosity still in this round, but Poyo looking to take it by storm, and Nekis does the same with a double kill down on towards the Pop Dog. Yell's now the last man up, and he's got no armor, and they know where he is. Things are going to get very, very hard, but oh, what a dink.
Yeah, he is certainly doing damage, making them get a little bit worried here. Over on the side of EnVy, but it's that lack of armor, the aim punch, that's what's really going to start to hurt him, especially as these Glocks are both backed off, and I just look at his way at range. The Yell. He's trying to get them to stop focusing on this position, trying to get in their heads and allude to the fact that maybe he has started to head down through Ivy. Maybe he has gone towards Pop Dog. And after a few seconds, he has indeed broken one of the crosshairs away from this position. Gonna get spotted now, though, crossing back out by Poyos, and now straight away. They are gonna be looking back at him, and Yell. 15 seconds here on the clock. Does bring Poyo down to his knees. But at this point, with the time so low, they could even try and hide and go for the kill after the time. Yell has been allowed to retrieve the bomb, and actually maybe he finds a bomb plant here. They've backed off. They've given him a lot of room to work with, and bomb plant comes in. They do pick him up straight away, but still, that was a round in which I never thought that bomb was going to go down.
No. And fair enough from EnVy, just playing it safe. Don't want to give away a kill when there's 10 seconds left on that clock. But what a play from Poyo. 4 kills on that pistol round. Defends from the site here with the USP. And once he gets up on top of the green train, he is playing full-on gremlin, mate. He is just strafing left and right, making it very hard for that last player to even tag him, considering he was just 20 health. So just constantly being well, I was going to say immovable object, but a very moving object. 10-6 here. EnVy back in the game now. Luminosity still favored on those Betway odds, but starting to look a little bit kinder now to the likes of EnVy. In with a shot of getting into this game in the second half. And Luminosity, they force the issue. No surprise of all teams. I wouldn't expect anything other than that. Double AK, triple deagle. And into this beast like they look to attack. Patron's poised and ready with a Molotov. The second he sees these players, he might call for a bit of help. Oh, lots of damage there from Luminosity. They won't be able to push ahead of it, but that smoke allows them to. And Drone's already in position. Yell's just gone out with a deagle and taken that frag.
What JDM? Does swipe down the first man. Luminosity, they put a lot into this fight. Trying to get it in early. Now it might pay off for them. Team EnVy only just arriving, looking a little underprepared. We have to see some individual performances, and here's Poyo showing us his. As he opts on down, he's going to go ahead and find all 3. It is just Steel left up. The rest of the teammates has fallen, and he's just going to go ahead and back away. Gives this round the way of Team EnVy. 7-10 now. They are clawing their way back into this game.
Bit by bit, right? But even winning those rounds, while it may not seem so crazy, I mean, Luminosity, they got an entry, they got into the bomb site with a 5-on-4 and a plant in with a couple of AKs. That's not an easy round for EnVy to retake, but Poyo comes in again, clutch, wins 3 kills, gets himself back into the bomb site. And he has been the X factor for this team today. We're only one map in. He didn't exactly go off crazy last night, but considering he's the latest addition to this roster, it's really nice to see him having some success. Will it be enough to pull Envy back a victory? We'll see. At least in this round it should be doable, because we just have, once again, pistols here for Luminosity. Steel on that saved bit of armor, and the Deagle gone with some utility around it.
Here's a good fact for you, Hugo.
Yeah.
The inventor of the frisbee was cremated rather, and then made into a frisbee after he died.
What if they threw it away and lost it?
What if you're throwing it and then a dog snatches it from the air and just mauls it? That's what dogs do.
At least he died doing what he loved.
Well, getting mauled to death by dogs.
So, being a frisbee.
Oh, yeah. My favorite. I mean, he never was a frisbee. He just invented the frisbee.
Same thing, Harry, same thing. 8 to 10 here. AWP up for Henny. JDM in a similar boat as well. We even got aggressive Ivy, oh sorry, pop top control taken straight away for Poyo. He's pushed up on in. Oh, JDM even finding first blood. Harry, things are looking so good now for Envy. They're starting things off strong. They're winning the first kill on the rifle round as well, dropping a pretty crucial player of the likes of Luminosity. Nice wallbang as well. Not going to double it down, but even that damage to steel can go a long way. Makes these M4s and this FAMAS far more dangerous. The nades can do more as well. Yell's put down to 6 on Ivy. And Envy just bullying Luminosity in this rifle round. That Molotov's going to be a problem. Poyo's throwing his smoke. Hide in it for now, but they will go for the shot through it. Oh, Poyo just surviving. No idea how. And that's, yeah, it's not going to last too much longer.
Yeah, so we're back into a 4-on-4 right now. And Luminosity still looking a little bit indecisive as to where this is all going to end up. They do leave a man over here toward B just to try and give the illusion that this is where they're heading right now. 35 seconds on this clock, though, and eventually will have to make their minds up. You can't be indecisive forever. And as this push appears to come in towards B, we obviously know that Luminosity, the real plan is to hit this A-bomb site, try and draw these rotations off, but Envy, they're not moving. They haven't fallen for this ruse, and Nifty's going to go ahead and hear these footsteps coming in. He does manage one. Steel's there to trade, but he's left in the 1v2, and JDM, like a flash of lightning out through connector, going to go ahead and shut him down. So Luminosity yet to put up a T-side round. Envy close to making this a 10-10 scoreline. And we'll throw in one more fun fact, Hugo. Have you ever heard of Pinocchio's paradox?
No.
Do you know Pinocchio?
Yeah.
Everyone's favorite little puppet.
Yeah.
When he lies, his nose grows.
Yeah.
If he says, my nose will grow now, you've created a paradox. Because that statement would be a lie if his nose doesn't grow. Then it would grow, but then it would be the truth if it does. Mind-blowing. Back into the 4-on-4. Frags going left and right. And ultimately, it's going to be Drone smiting down these last few players. Quick double from him. It Yell's left in a 1v3. Hugo's brain has been fried. Yell's got to fry a couple of brains of his own if he wants to pick this round up for the Brazilian squad. And Drone is just going to go ahead and wreck him there.
Give him the taparoo through the box. 10 to 10 now. Envy have just shown so much dominance on this CT side. It's out of nowhere as well. I expected a whole lot more from Luminosity on their terrorist half. But yeah, to really see anything from them, and they call out a tactical timeout 5 rounds into it. Envy starting to get back into this game and 1 round away from taking this lead away from Luminosity.
It's back to the drawing board here for the Brazilians, and they're going to go ahead and... yeah, never mind.
Die.
Yeah, they go back to the drawing board. And Hugo, as you said yesterday, there's no pens. There's no paper. It's just a board
Why would you need paper?
to draw.
But you can draw on the board.
If it's a whiteboard, yes, but it could just be a board with paper on it. That
that's
was
true.
the
That's
whiteboard before the whiteboard.
Whiteboard 0.5, as they called it. Like one day, this will be a proper whiteboard. What's a whiteboard? Don't know. They don't exist. But they will.
Yeah, they will. Mark my words.
Mark their board. And Steel, he's going to get marked down to 1 HP. He goes back in, and that's optimistic. Same story coming out through the Pop Dog. That's just been a point of contention here for Envy on their CT side. Kaplunk.
Oh, that was
so
Poyo
smooth.
is like,
He's goddamn trigonometry teacher, Harry.
he's a professional basketball player, man. He's slam dunking these guys left and right. That was actually unreal. He like threw that like it was a shot put designed to kill a man.
You know what
could
he's
kill a
been
man
playing?
with a
He's been
shot
playing
put.
croquet. Left, right, and centre.
Croquet.
Yeah, loves a bit of croquet.
What one's that? Is that the one with the
One
horses?
with the ballots and the mallets and the balls through the holes, the hoops.
That sounds like. What's the one with horses?
Polo.
Oh yeah, we actually
yeah,
spoke
yeah, we
about
had this conversation,
No, it's
didn't we?
equestrian. What's that other one where you throw the ball?
Croquet. Oh, lacrosse.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
equestrian lacrosse.
It's equestrian croquet, surely.
Or it's more like really competitive golf on horses.
That's the thing I don't get.
It's like more mobile golf,
If polo is
if you think about
horses,
it.
why is water polo no horses?
Why are there
is
no
it not
seahorses?
Yeah, or why is it
Like
not
a big
replaced
old
with like
thing?
dolphins?
Or just
I'd-
a horse in the water.
I played dolphin basketball. That's
Horses
water
can
polo to
swim
me.
pretty well, I think.
Yeah.
I've never tested it, but if you own a horse, be sure next time you get the opportunity to put it in a large body of water
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
let
it'll
me
be fine.
know.
Throw it in the sea.
Throw it. Throw your horse into the
What
sea.
animal is it I read an article. I think it was a cow on the UK or somewhere. He swum all the way like miles into the ocean and got found.
I
Just a
can
cow.
assure you it was
Just
not
like-
a cow. Well, hang on, let's just take a look at this round, because Steel, like a cow in the ocean, he's left in this 1v2, and you're wondering, how has he done this? He's going to try his very hardest. This is also a 1v3, by the way, not a 1v2. Oh my goodness, it might
The
have been a cow.
endangered sea cow. What is that? Is that a
Yeah, there is a sea cow, but it isn't this one. Oh my god, it wasn't one, it was two
Everything at
cows.
stake. 2 cows escaped certain death aboard cattle ship by jumping into the ocean and swimming 7 kilometers to freedom. Harry, if my option was swimming 7 kilometers through the ocean or dying on a cattle ship, I would choose the cattle ship. That's impressive.
Yeah, but
That's in Australia.
Gio,
Of
these,
course
these
it is.
cows have something to live for. That's the difference.
Yeah, they're delicious. I'm not.
Oh my god.
That's so sick.
Well, if you're a cow who's ever swam 7 kilometers or more,
Tweet at us. Tweet at us.
using the
on
hashtag ESL Pro League.
Back into this one though, we've got a solo AK on Steel, saved over. Everyone else going to be on pistols here, Harry, and this has just been Envy all half. 7 rounds in a row. Looking damn good. How much further can they go? That's the question. Can they go the full distance, or will we eventually see Luminosity start to find their form? So far, that's not looking to be the case, but some aggression from Poyo, and boy, he's just been out of this world, this map. Taken control of the T-Con. He's even got Cutler nearby as well, and he's going to need everyone to help him out, because Luminosity, they are about to crawl into A main. This is where things can get very difficult. Steel's not coming in first. He wants to trade that initial frag, but he's actually gone back, setting up utility. They're going to be flashing Poyo off, but Henny's already gone for the peak. Poyo spraying away, gets 2. That's worthwhile. It gives a gun over, but Cutler's here to try and shut them down before they get any further. Dropping Steel, taking away that armored player. Oh, Lucas, he wants this round badly, and he's going to get it with a deagle.
Yeah, just Drone and JDM left on up, and they're rotating in. The B bomb site boys are here to try and regain it. Control of this round for MB. Luminosity still trying to put up their first T-side round in this half. They managed to get the bomb down, but Drone is there, and he's going to go ahead and shut down Yell. That leaves Lucas on 12 HP in a 1v2. And this is not going to be easy for him hidden in main right now. Does tag down JDM, but JDM's not off the bomb. Lucas thinking he'd done enough, falls on back. And that will be a 13th round for Envy. They've gone flawless on this CT side half right now. This is absolutely incredible. And it's Poyo leading the charge. 23 kills to his name. The man currently filling in this squad ever since they benched Semphis just a few days ago.
Has he been officially signed?
I'm not sure if he has. I don't think so.
I'd imagine you would just trial him first for a few games, right? That would make more sense.
Yeah, I think he is just a sub.
Yeah, the sub is popping off today. Yeah.
Do you want to know where you just read that from? Over the ESL Twitter, at ESL CS, hashtag ESL Pro League. If you want to get involved, use all of it. Because the year's 2018 and we can communicate with each other even from across the globe. It truly is a terrifying time to be alive, but it's fantastic at that.
We're back into this one though, Harry. Luminosity still yet to get a T-side round so far. They are going to be back on guns though, rifles upon rifles. AWP is in for Yell, and he's going to be taking that over Henny now, so clearly a bit of a switch up for the likes of Luminosity. Henny on the saved M4 from the previous round. Maybe Lucas just doesn't want to play that gun. I don't blame him. It's trash. You know what isn't trash, Harry? MVCT side, it's been looking pretty damn sublime after all. We haven't seen much over towards this B site, though, so that could be maybe the change. Of course, Poyo has been the point man here, and now he's on the AUG. In fact, he's been so good at holding A and retaking B. So Luminosity, they'd rather put him in the hot seat. They'd rather leave him alone over on that A bomb site. We're now throwing utility down into the depths below, but Nifty's also here with that secondary AWP that we alluded to so much, and that you've been personally excited to see. Will he find anything from it, though? Smoke down onto A. That's just a fake. It's going to be the B play with Henny coming in late on the flank. As Luminosity set up for this burst into a double stack.
Yeah, Drone and Co here. Nifty going to come rotating in on that secondary AWP. JDM going to go ahead and smite down the remaining players pushing on in. And now we get to that double AWP supremacy rain on through. It will just be Henny left up, and he is so far away. 30 seconds left on this clock. And I mean, for Henny, he probably just wants to die at this point. I don't mean, you know, like on the inside or anything. I mean, you know, in this situation, in this 1v4, doesn't really make too much sense to hold on to this rifle. But he will just elect to save.
Uh-oh. Look who's coming around the corner. Happy Halloween. Drone giving him a jump scare, and 14 rounds to Envy as Drone gets away with just a modicum of health. This has been flawless. We've never seen Envy this good, Harry. And frankly, I'm loving it, but 2 rounds away from a victory, and Luminosity looking almost silent. Let's find out if they can put something together here, although I'm pretty much doubting it, considering this half has been empty from Luminosity. FD's here with the AWP. Poyo's already jumped up and taken the kill. JDM is above and beyond on top of these trains as well. So double AWP on the A bomb site. Aggression from Drone on B, and it is going to be well timed because Luminosity are setting up for that A play after all. Oh, Poyo. Do it, do it, do it. Oh, so much, or so close, but yet so far. He's not done with just that though. Flashes in, Envy getting him into position, and Luminosity have backed up the ladder. They've given him control. Just anything pretty bad for them right now because Envy have so much control. They still have a man advantage. They've got this double AWP. Only thing they're lacking is utility. It's all on the back of Drone as Luminosity try and desperately dig themselves out of this 4v5 hole.
Yeah, for Luminosity heading into this, I mean, you know, already being a man down, this is certainly not where they want to be. They're going to be in their own heads a bit at this point in time. You had a 10-5 half. It looked very, very convincing. Since getting into your T side, you haven't managed a single round. Envy winning the last 9 in a row to go ahead and find themselves in this position. Luminosity going to try this push in through Ivy and hope that that might be the solution to their problems. 20 seconds left. They've left this down to the wire. And now this push comes on in. JDM. Oh, Nifty. Little cheeky collateral there from the secondary AWP here for Team Envy. And Yell trying to spot him. Left in the 1v3. Does delete Nifty, but he still has so much more to do. Yell going to start to roar to life, but it's all in vain. 2 seconds left, and Envy, they can win by just hiding away. 15-10 now, Hugo. Match point in favor of Team Envy. Why in God's name didn't I take that bet with Pimp?
To be fair, though, this is out of nowhere. Luminosity looked so good on that first half. They had so much nice CT side setups. They had some aggression. They individually were looking very good. Henny was going off with the AWP. Where has he been this half? Henny has been silent. Yell's now on that AWP as well, trying to find openers up in main, but... Well, he's up on 19 kills, Harry. I feel like they were all on the CT side in the previous round. However, he's continuing that once again, 2 from him. And this is what we know Luminosity for. These fast aggro plays, these no-respect style of Counter-Strike. And they are showing it right now. Henny's running through Molotovs, killing players on the A-bomb site. And Luminosity, they're back in business.
Yeah, they are. It's just JDM left up, and in a monstrous clutch scenario now is this, man. Haven't had the loudest of performances, but oh my goodness, JDM certainly roared to life now. Opens it up with a collateral, and now this round is definitely possible here for Team Envy. Surely this isn't how they managed to close out this map. They go from being zeros to heroes here in this one. And JDM left up a 1v1 versus Yell, and that Incendiary going to go raining on in to try and get him off the angle. JDM taps on the bomb. And Yell hiding away. There is a kit on JDM now. He's going to go ahead and get on it. Yell goes running on in, and he does manage to find it. So try as he might, JDM does lose that fight. But it comes down to the wire. That was almost a 1v4 from... I don't know where from. Somewhere amazing.
Nowhere.
Yeah.
Back CT spawn. Double kill from JDM. Oh, 2 collaterals back to back, Harry. I've not seen that very often. Pretty crazy stuff, but Luminosity still got around at the end of the day. However, so much of that off of Yell just running out and getting 3 kills with the AWP, or 2 initially. Now, though, 15-11, and Luminosity not wanting to get reset here and now, because it would not mean a problem with money, it would mean a problem with the map. They'd be gone. Drone, gonna trade. Yell's just being set up for kill after kill, and he's doing exactly that down on this B bomb site. 2 from him once again on the entry. It's opened up B, but the bomb's so far away. Luminosity weren't ready for this kind of play to actually work out, I guess, for them to so quickly get into that B bomb site with a pick. And now Yell's just got to hold down the line, cut off rotations, wait for his team to get back into this site so they can go for the bomb plant. He spots another. Steel erupts down Ivy, and he does take down Drone, or Nifty rather. Yell just catching Poyo mid-air. Now Cutler alone.
Yeah, just Cutler left up in a 1v4. This isn't happening, Hugo. He's going to go ahead and save. He's going to hide. Run for the hills, maybe.
He may be a super boy, but this is a bit too much.
He might be. Sad. It really is. But for Luminosity, it's certainly not. A 12th round going to be locked on in here for the Brazilian squad. They're looking to try and make their comeback happen now. Even if they have left it a little while, Hugo. They're trying to pull this one through to overtime. They're certainly on the right path to it, but there is at least... Well, there's not really a buy coming in the next round for Envy. I'd love to just see one more eco at this point. Go for the full buy in the next, maybe partial buy down on...
Is this where Envy break, Harry? 2 rounds in a row for Luminosity. The pace of this T side starting to be a bit of a problem, but obviously that wasn't the problem, at least in the first few rounds, in terms of Envy getting themselves up to 15. Luminosity were going for very slow, respectful plays. They were setting up with defaults. Envy were winning the picks, and then these executes weren't working. As soon as Luminosity have just gone, screw it, rush, they found the kills, they found the entries, they've taken the bomb sites in 2 rounds in a row from them. But is that going to be able to last too much longer? That's the question. The thing is, Envy only have a couple of buys left this half. This is not going to be one of them. It's an eco coming in. Just pistols. Gives the chance for Luminosity to get just another round here on the T side.
Poyo. Bit of a deagler is this man. Poyo. Already able to find one with this Deeg. Does have Henny and Steel both sneaking on by, and they're going to go undetected right now. Wrapping in through CT, and now this makes this B bomb site look very tempting indeed. Team Envy, they have to be a little bit cautious, a little bit aware at the very least that they have left this option open. They have left the CT portion of this map unprotected, so you could have Luminosity players running right behind you, and indeed they do. Oh, Steel. Drone. Yeah, there's not much he could do there. This B bomb site has come crumbling down, and Team Envy just going to look to try and save really on these players that have a bit more Luminosity onto a 13th here, Hugo.
Yeah, great work from them, but Envy, that's so unfortunate, right? They get they get an early kill, they get 2 rifles in play, including the saved one from that last round, and a 5-on-4 with 2 guns, definitely winnable. Problem is, retaking is so difficult when you don't have everyone armed to the teeth. Poyo going to give it his best go outside of B, but it's not going to make much difference either way. Luminosity have picked up this round regardless. These rifles just try to crossfire and save, and they might get met by Neckers, who is walking into spawn, but other than that, it should be fairly clean here. And I'd imagine Neckers is going to go down if he goes any further. This is a nice off angle from Nifty, but he's just moved. He's gone passive. He's gone safe. So Neckers won't be going down. These guns should be held. Oh, Cutler. He doesn't want to go over the top, and I don't blame him. Play it safe. 15-13 now, Harry. It's starting to happen. This comeback is really in play for Luminosity. I say comeback, and that's a crazy thing. They had a 10-5 CT half, but Envy winning 10 rounds in a row to actually get up to 15?
Yeah, 10 in a row.
Yeah. So, if anything, this is the comeback for Luminosity, and damn, are they giving it a good go.
It has been... Well, we're now trying to see the reverse sweep to counter the reverse sweep. So it's reverse sweep 2. Electric Boogaloo, and already Yell and Poyo going to go blow for blow. They do manage to trade things out, but Yell caught on his own. Cutler managed to pick that up. They counteract it nicely though by dropping young Nifty, and now JDM only good for 1 this time around. It's into a 2-on-2. Things are kept even. Things are kept close. Luminosity giving this the most.
No.
And Cutler, oh, he's found the bomb. And now Steel is very aware that this is a possibility. They spotted him in main a little bit earlier on after he did find that frag onto Yell. And this is a very, very pivotal moment in this round. Steel trying to recover this, trying to spot out the man in the back. And he's narrowing down all these positions, but he made a bit of noise there. I think Cutler should have heard that.
Oh, but look on the map. Drone's about to meet with someone else as well. He's making so much noise. There's 2 fights going on at the same time, and they're both so important. Drone's going to get franked. Cutler needs to get this kill, but the flashbang's there and Steel finds it fully blind. 3 on him, and the bomb picked back up, but Neckers knows Drone is down here, and Steel should be aware as well. The Molotov cuts him off. And Steel will make his way to the bomb site and get that plant in. Neckers can go for the safe rotate back down through Pop Dog and play this post plant. He's even got a full belt to utility, and Drone's position is given away. Once they work out he's not over in T-Con because they're holding the cross, this position in main is going to be, or in Ivy is going to be very clear. He has the element of surprise, but does he know where the second man is? It's a guess play from Drone. He never knew he was being flanked. He does have the utility to cut off this Pop Dog, and if he goes for a Molotov and a smoke here, Drone could have found a combination to win the round, but the shots are in, the damage is done, the position given away from Neckers, and Drone's on the bomb. The peek out's already come through from Neckers. Drone needs to hit the shot, but he's not being given the opportunity, and Neckers will win it out for Luminosity. 14 rounds in the clutch. This comeback is happening here, Harry, on Train.
Indeed it is. This Brazilian squad trying to claw their way back into it, and they've done a fantastic job thus far. 14-15, and just 1 away from another overtime here. Yell going to be leading the charge for Luminosity. He has the AWP back in hand. Double AWP moved into once again between Nifty and JDM, but it does leave Nifty armorless.
Double up could be the recipe for success here for EnVy. The AWPing power from Luminosity, especially when Yell has just dragged them through this T side, pick after pick, frag after frag, and Yell's back it in again with another early kill. Very little the side of EnVy now after losing their one armored AWP. And this is actually a really nice setup from Lumi as well. They've got 2 players down Ivy with the bomb. They can go for that CT wrap that we've seen before, try and split this B bomb site. There are 3 players here for EnVy. Nifty deciding to relocate. And he's got to be quick because just getting back to Ivy before that Molotov wears off and Luminosity start to consider this push. Appearing into B. They can find an entry here. It would make it so much easier. Draw a rotation, open up this site. And Yell's looking to do exactly that. There's going to be man close. What a shot from Yell. Poyo's dead. Does he know there's another man below him? There is going to be drone there, but Nifty's already dropped that one player over on the A bomb site. That bomb's been spotted. Drone's done damage as well, but they're still down a man. The time now becoming the biggest problem here for Luminosity, and they need to get this bomb down soon.
They certainly do. Cutler trying to find this Nifty, gonna chime in with another. That's the bomb drop down at Ivy. And now these 2 players in B, while it's great that they're there, they're a long way from home. They're a long way from this bomb, and they have to push into the A bomb site. Pushing on in, they have managed to deal with Nifty. But 10 seconds, time's ticking down. Cutler's gonna fall, and now there's a real chance. Drone left up in the 1v3. If he can deny this bomb plot, maybe he wins this round, but there's no hope for that. Instead, pushing in a little bit late, has found the first, but Lucas gets the trade, and we're heading on through to overtime, Hugo.
Game number 1 of the night and already into overtime, Harry. What a start we've had, and this has been such a sick comeback from Luminosity in those last 5 rounds, right? They realize the problem, they realize these slow plays aren't working out, they get Yell on the AWP, and man does he perform. Opener after opener, kill after kill on that T side to get the man advantages and just relieve a lot of this pressure here for Luminosity, and this fast pace really was the recipe for them. So the chefs are here, Harry, and things are cooking up on train as we head into round number 31.
Yeah, and I tell you what, can we just say once again, going to go and credit our observer for this evening.
It's been so
Mr.
good.
Tom Eric, it has
We've
been
not missed
fantastic.
a thing.
Tom Eric, by the way, talented individual.
Honestly.
Usually the producer here at ESL Pro League, ESL 1, IEM, he does it all. He's really the jack of all trades, because now he's even coming for Rush's job. He's coming for DJ's job. Quite soon he's going to move into casting. There's nothing that this man can't do.
No one is safe.
And, you know, if you guys did want to go ahead and check him out on Twitter, maybe you're a little bit interested there, it's at DGN01X.
Nice and clean, nice and simple.
A very nice,
Can't
memorable
forget that.
name for one hell of a memorable man. But Hugo, we're heading on through to overtime. We're all tied up now. And this has been, I just saw what a weird game this has been, right? So what happens is, Hugo, is we saw initially, it was a little bit back and forth. Things end 10-5 in favor of Luminosity. Then EnVy win 10 rounds in a row to get to 15-10. And then lose 5 rounds in a row to get to 15-15.
Just your average game of Counter-Strike, Harry. I don't know what you're talking about. Everything makes sense here on the North American Pro League. And to think we're only on game 1 of the night as well. Map 1 of the night. Question is, as we hit overtime, who's going to be the victor, Harry? Because obviously EnVy have yet to get around in these last 5. Luminosity running off of fumes, running off of the steam. And they're, again, going to be starting on the T side. So very good chance we can see that quick 3-0 from them if they continue in this fashion. Money's been a bit of a problem for EnVy in these 5 rounds that they played, but not the overwhelming issue. They had rifles, they had that double AWP, they had nades. It's going to be certainly nice to have everything you want coming into this one, because that's exactly what Luminosity had on their comeback. But either way, we're back into this one, round number 31 and game number 1.
We're getting back into this. And I tell you what, this is actually, this has ended up being a very enjoyable game for us as spectators to watch. We really do owe it to the likes of Nifty, Poyo, JDM over on the side of EnVy. And, you know, then you look over at Luminosity as well. We've seen, that's a great stuff from pretty much all those guys. The Brazilians really giving it their all. Drone, I'm still waiting on him to get a few of these big clutches. We've seen almost clutches from him. You and I know Drone.
Bit of a gamer.
He is a gamer indeed, but oh, Poyo. Oh, he's playing chess, but Neckers is playing snakes and ladders, mate, and he's gone ahead and flushed him out of Pop Dog as a result.
Yeah, a bit of Kentucky Fried Pollo there up in the Pop Dog.
Hey. Do you know the Spanish words?
Sí.
Yeah?
¿Dónde está la biblioteca?
There you go, man. That Spanish accent is hilarious.
Thank you. It's
I
like
love
any accent you do, you throw a Spanish twang on it. You're like
Yeah.
doing Russian, you're like, I've got to say something Russian now, don't I? And
Yeah.
I can't do that in a Spanish accent. But if you just say some Russian,
по-русски, пожалуйста.
see, that just sounds, well, it doesn't there.
I think that means speak to me in Russian. Hopefully I wasn't just very...
The problem is you know that sentence, but then if anyone tries to speak to you in Russian, you'll
Yeah,
be
I
like,
don't know anymore.
I don't know what you're saying. Well,
And I do
15-15.
say it in a Spanish way. You're bang on. I've only just realised after hearing it.
Yeah. 35 seconds, though, and Envy, they've got to deal with this oncoming tide of Portuguese-speaking players, Harry. And Steel, he's going to be stealing a bit of control in the CT spawn. He's all the way behind enemy lines. That's why they're taking so long to get out through main. Steel's found the opener. Nifty's trying to lock down T-Con, but he's got to worry about the fact that he's being flanked. Steel's actually already into B, and so he turns his attention for the wrong time because now Henny's found that kill, and Luminosity are on the A bomb site. Drone might be able to stop this bomb going down, but Yell's holding onto the connector, and that leaves just JDM standing. He is going to be absolutely screwed here, and Luminosity giving it to him in the first round of overtime. 16-15. They keep the streak going.
Yeah, tactical timeout called on in for Team Envy here. (16-15) is the scoreline, and Luminosity continuing this, taking it in their stride. 6 rounds in a row for the Brazilian squad. And Envy, they've taken the pause. They've had a bit of time to collect their thoughts and moving into this second half now. Let's wait and see how this one pans out, Hugo. I'm excited. You're excited. Let's see who slides in to this win. Double AWP out over on the T side. Yell and Henny picking that up. That's an interesting change to note. And all things heating up for Henny, but he does go ahead and extinguish that first Molotov. So now it's Poyo to take up position because he has lost his friend. He's lost JDM. And that is Sindri going to follow on through, but Yell continuing this good form, finds a second. Oh, he's going to go ahead and take all 3. Yell is looking absolutely fantastic. Someone's going to try and get a leash on this man because he's untamed. He's a beast as he opens up this A bomb site.
Yelling and screaming all over A right now. 3 kills for this man. Surely this is the end of his life, and Drone's going to be able to decapitate him there, but not ready for the quick Ivy flank that Steel has thrown in time and time again on this T side, and Henny's even there catching rotations. There is nothing that Luminosity can't do right now.
And there is
Harry.
no kill that Tom Eric can't observe.
Yeah.
Just then, I just want to say, he got 100% in that round. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen a round where we've just seen like every... I mean, obviously there are
He's
some,
cheating,
right?
I think.
Yeah, no, I'm convinced we've got this on a 20-second delay.
You know,
for Tom
we
Eric.
saw Prius here earlier. He was in the studio. I think Prius and Rush and Tom Eric and Bastion, everyone's here, and they're all hitting a key each. And Rush is speaking to me, confirming that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We pulled all the best observers in the world into one room.
And why are you here, Harry?
You're right. I'm meant to be in there. I'm 15 minutes late. They've called me in. I'm doing the next game. We got Tom Eric on the mic.
Let's do it.
We're doing that. He doesn't know it yet, but we're doing it. Anyway, Hugo, 17-15. Luminosity trying to go flawless in this first half of overtime, and they've kickstarted this round in the perfect way to do it. They have themselves the man advantage. They're sitting now in a 5v4. They have all the utility all the time in the world, but Nifty, thrifty as ever, gonna go ahead and shut down Neckers over there toward the B bomb site.
They're still in a 4v4 though, and Luminosity looking to go flawless in this half of overtime. And frankly, I wouldn't say that's a big surprise. Out of these last 7 rounds on the T side, they have won every single one. It's overtime and regulation. Nifty watching that heaven. He's got to lock down this entire B bomb site, but they don't have a smoke to cut him off. So Nifty's got a lot of room. Not when you're dead though. Lucas taps him down on top of the train, and now Luminosity, they've taken over B. These rotates have to come through for NB, but it's last round of the half, so no saving here. Yell's already cutting off this connector. So JDM's going to be hard stuck to move out of this position with no utility left on Envy. One flashbang, JDM does find a pick, but little does he know, Yell is trained in. The second we have a repeat here, if it's not without utility, then they're going to have a problem. And Yell's going to at least get a kill. It's not to JDM, who still stands strong with the AWP, but not the weapon you'll want for the retake. Henny now locking down Heaven as well. And there's 2 Molotovs up, Harry. This round should be undoable for Envy. The nades going through, Steel's dropped down at JDM, and Henny's just going to no-scope. Insult to injury as Luminosity take 18 rounds in the first half of overtime.
Yeah, let's not forget 19 is the magic number we're looking for Luminosity. They've won 8 in a row. This has been a real back and forth game. Just before this, of course, we saw Team Envy win 10 rounds in a row to go 15-10 up on their CT side. Now, Luminosity reaching match point, looking to try and reverse sweep the reverse sweep. I don't know what happens there. Hugo, actually, I asked you last night, what happened when 2 tidal waves hit each other, going the same way? What happens when an immovable force meets... Wait, hang on. What happens when an unstoppable force reaches an immovable object?
Well, they're both moving.
Yeah, they are. They are. Actually, they're both... What happens when an unstoppable force meets an unstoppable force?
Yeah, okay.
That's what's happening right now. This is science. This is history in the making. As Luminosity, 1 round away from getting this done. Team Envy over on the T side. They've got it all to do. Can they get this job done?
And we heard you like scopes, Harry. So we've got 5 in this round. 50% of players are playing with a sniper. Not what you see every day. Auto on Yell, because he just really, really wants to make Envy know that they have lost a strong start. Of course, it was Luminosity on that 10-5, but Envy did really bounce back in a big way, winning 10 in a row themselves. Yell, just trying to wallbang. Being a bit optimistic there, but that nade should do a bit of damage. They move along. No, it won't really. They get away with it. Still, already early damage has been taken by Envy. I'd imagine to do with these snipers on the side of Luminosity. And 4 players up on A. Look at this B bomb site now. Neckers has just creeped himself into position. He doesn't even need to go any further. There's so many snipers that Envy. What sightlines can they even approach here? They do have their own double AWP, but this is not going to be an easy round for them.
Well, 35 seconds left, and that's when the timer pings on this execute to try and come on in. They have expended most of their utility on the side of Luminosity. There's nothing to slow this push down. Instead, they've got to rely on aim and aim alone, and Luca's going to go ahead and find a collateral. We've seen so many of them in this game thus far, but this could be it for Team Envy. Poyo and JDM doing what they can. It's JDM left up, but only 15 seconds left in Luminosity. They might have just done it. They might have reverse sweep the reverse sweepers. 19-15, and the cleanup crew is in. It's Luminosity taking the win here on Trade.
Yeah, taking out the trash in that second half and in overtime generally. Poor Envy not being able to find their form after those 5 rounds that Luminosity picked up in a row in regulation to bring them to overtime, and then past that it was just a complete shutdown. These highlights are all going to be sniper kills pretty much. We had so many entries coming out from Yell. A few clips from Envy here and there, but Luminosity do take that victory after all. And as you said, all those collaterals coming in. 3 in this map. Back-to-back rounds for 2 of them as well. Harry, we have seen that first map. I can't even expect what's coming through in the second one of this 2-map series. So we're going to see you after the break.